Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my brothers and sisters. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح ربي زدني علما أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, so my brothers and sisters, today the rule is about raw. So Alhamdulillah, we have done a lot of the rules before, and I hope everyone has learned a lot of rules and is practicing them and using them in their daily reading Quran. Inshallah, I hope with this your Quran will get very fine, and a way, it will be it will be better with the makharij, and you will be reading, the way Allah has told us to read the Quran, inshallah. Okay, so let's just move on to the lesson. It's about raw. So raw, if it has a fatha before it, raw has a fatha before it. So we're gonna be reading it with the full mouth. And if it has a zamma before it, raw has a zamma before it, then we also gonna be reading with a full mouth. So when the ra is sakin, what are we gonna do then? So if the ra is sakin and it has a fatha before it or a zamma before it, still we're gonna be reading it with a full mouth. And if it has a kasra before it, so we're gonna be reading it with an empty mouth. So that's how, if ra has any haraka and there's kasra before it, so still we're gonna be reading it with an empty mouth. Okay. So let's just start the raw and start reading it. Alif fatha ra ar, sin fatha lam sal, nun fatha alif na, arsalna, arsalna, qaf sama ra qur, alif standing fatha a, qur'a, nun dhammatain nun, qur'anun. So you can see here ra is sakin and before it it's fatha. So we read it with a full mouth. Here ra is sakin and before the ra sakin it's zamma. So we're going to be reading it with a full mouth. Qur'anun, Qur'anun. Ya fatha ghain yagh. Ra dhamma ra rur. Ka fathaka yaghrurka. And this is fatha before this is fatha, this is zamma before ra sakin, and we're going to be reading it with the full mouth. Yaghrurka, yaghrurka. Mim kasra ra mir, صاد fatha alif sa mir sa, dal fathatain alif dan, mir sadan, mir sadan. See, mir it's with the empty mouth. Mir sadan. قاف فتحة راء قر، طا فتحة ألف طا قر طا، سين ضمتين سين كسرتين سن، قر طا سن. سي قر راء الساكن and هذا كسرة before it. قر طا سن. فر فا كسرة راء فرقة. See, fa it has a kasra before it, ra sakin it has a kasra before it, so with the empty mouth we're going to read it with the empty mouth. Firqatun, firqatun. Amir tabu. See, ra is sakin and it has a kasra before it. Amir tab, amir tabu. Rabbir ji'un, rabbir ji'un. See, ra is silent and it has a kasra before it. Rabbir ji'un. See, the ra is going to be read empty. Mustaqirrun. Ra, it has a kasra before it. Ra has a kasra before it. Mustaqirrun. Now ra is not silent, it has a tashdid on it, but it has a kasra before it, so we're going to be reading it with the empty mouth. Mustaqirrun. Fafirru, fafirru. Again kasra. Birra, birra, birrun. See, kasra before the ra. Marratan, مرة. see full mouth. مرة فتحة before raw. أمرت. أمرت. see raw before كسرة. so with the empty mouth. منهمر. منهمر. واصبر. both of them has كسرة before it. من شر. من شر. okay. بري. بري. دري. مستمر. ذرية. تحرم. تحرم. okay, inshallah, I hope you guys understand the rules and practice them. Inshallah, I will be meeting you in the next class. Till then, jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.